Okay, so now, little shear here on Shaar is the beginning of Pesach. We're still before Pesach, but we need to start getting into the inyanim of what's actually going on in Pesach. Why did all this happen? Drush Aleph, Be'inyan Pesach B'Yetzias Mitzrayim, and we're speaking strictly here about Sod. He says like this, I'm reading on the top, Hine Noidech Mansha Ambazal, Ki Osem HaDoros HaRishonus, Dor Enosh V'Dor Flogo, Silkur as a Shechina L'Mala V'Rekia Shivihi, Machbas Abanosim. So he said that the Shechina leaves until the heavens, into the seventh level in the heavens, and let's see what he's talking about. This is a light print in the Tivuk Abonos. Amachazal, Shachadoros HaRishonim V'Shechavachatach Gon Dor Enosh V'Dor Flogo. Silkur as a Shechina, they caused the Shechina to leave. We call Dor Silkur Yosef and Yosef as a Shechina, and every generation that came after that continued to do the same practices. They caused the Shechina to go further and further away. Until it leaves up above into the seventh heaven. The Rebbe says that it doesn't say that it went or that it goes. Ela mistam mishalek, it was caused to leave. Mekafetz va'oilach, and it bent itself down, or it jumped itself up and went. It jumped and went up. So just bent, that's my word for it. So, and that is, it sprang itself up. There we go. Iker shchida betachtonim, chosek of kevin shachada ada berishon, bistalko shchida the rekia rishon. So he says the Iker Shechina B'Tachtonim. Why is the Shechina in a place which is called the lower world? It's because of the sin of Adar Rishon. Shnestalko Shechina the Rekia Rishon. It caused the Shechina to go to the first level of the heavens. Now, Rekia is a different question exactly what is Rekia. But it means not in the Tachtonim, above the Tachtonim. Chata Kayim V'Nestalko Rekia Sheni. Dor Enosh the Shlishi, Dor Hamavel the Revi, Dor Haflogel the Chamishi, Sdomiim the Shishi, Mitzrayim B'mei Abraham the Shvi, of Ad Kan Lashon HaMedrash. That's the light of the English of the Medrash as we continue the sin. And I'm thinking now in this date in the English calendar is, I think, let me look at it here. He says it is the 5th day of April. And it seems like, as listening to the election, the big election that's going on right now, it seems like the main issue the Democrats have going for them is their right to abortion. And that it is so pervasive in certain areas in the United States, and particularly talk about suburban women, whatever that means, that abortion is so critically important. And in a society like this, it reminds you of what's coming. That is, which generation shall Shiva Mitzrayim, Hoya Bechinas Osem Hanitzutzu shall carry, Shohotzia Ada Berishim Ba'osem Mea, B'shloshim Shanim, those 130 years, Ad Shalom Nolad Shes Kamosha Amachazal, until the time of the birth of his third son, Shes. Lachra Chidas Eitz Adas Pirish Adam Arisha Meishto, he left his wife, Mea B'shloshim Shanim Ad Shalom Shes, until the time they got back together again and brought out this son, Shes. Shes is a gematria of 700, which is number 7 again. I'm not sure if it has a significance. Carried during that period of time, he lost his seed. Now understand, the Torah is very specific about the importance of Shvichas Zerah Levatala, about the connection of our seed in a pure way with our wives. And Betipos Kereb Elu, which did not happen. This Chaver of the Neshama Shel Dor Hamalvel, from were created from this Neshamas, which are spiritual energy that goes into a person's body, and he created those Neshama of the generation of the flood. V'haneshama shel dor haflogo, and the generation of the Tower of Babel. V'osim and the neshamas heim koya neshamas Yisrael shehoya v'she'uvach v'she'av gulud b'Mitzrayim v'shivud in Mitzrayim. And these are the neshamas, the same neshamas, came back into the Jewish people, into the children of Israel, who were in slavery in Mitzrayim. Now understand what he's saying like that. He's saying like this. Our neshamas represents the power of the universe that is inside of us. And it could be perverted along the way. And we see that, and that's what he says. But those neshamas, those perverted neshamas, are still around. They're still around, like in the concept of carry. So this, and after this, so then it rolled around, the neshamas are in a circle, just like the world turns in a circle. So it's the same kind of, the world turns in a circle, the constellations are moving circularly, everything is orbiting, and that's the way everything perfectly moves. So the same thing is true of the inner power of the human being, which is neshama. So they also masturbated. Excuse my French. So he said, let me translate it again. He says, they were spilled their seed on the land. Like the similar, the root, until it actually came out and it became into them, until it was planted in them. Let's see what he said, Shenimuchu. Nemuchu means lowered in, or made low. Osam and the Shabbos Achsha Yatzach of the Batalim Adar Berishon, Shkishapirish Meishto, Chazav in his Galgul the Beducha Mamabel, Vishuv Chazach of the Pagmach of Beozach of Begam Shal Hashchasas Azera, so they did the same thing. Why? Because this is our origin. That since our ultimate ancestor, Adam Rishon, he made this mistake, and he did this, therefore it's going to be reincarnated in all of us. So therefore, when they came back in Gilgul, they came back and they did the same things again, because it's built into those neshamos, and they came out, became transparent during the time of the flood. Because of Hashem ki Rabba das ha'adam ba'aretz. So what is Rabba das? He said, Karach b'pasuk as dor hamabel shehoya osim ra sa'adam. They did the evil that a man can do ba'aretz. Kavanasach b'pasuk ba'amrach ba'adam. Who's the Adam? Who hala Adam yedua shehu Adam Rishon. We're talking about the first man. The fi shechata hashchasa, his chet shechet was a hashchasa zera nikra ra, because spilling your seed and not living in yichud with a woman, it's a big time sin. So now going into this more and more deeply, which is of course the topic of the Kabbalists. So if we get that, so shvichas zera levatala hakari nikra ra, v'hometzia nikra ra, and the person who causes this to happen is called ra. Kamosha amach hakasav yehi vahi er bechor Yehuda ra be'enei Hashem. So he said, maybe Raya Shacheta Tzor Zechel the Batala Nikra Ra, Mamasha Kasa Bepasa V'Yehi Er Bechor Yehuda Ra Be'enach Hashem Shechoyed Nikra Ra, V'Fi Hashchasis Hashkis as Hazaro, because he spilled his seed, he wasted his seed. Because of Oil the Rasha Ra, because of Lo Yigurcha Ra, Kanidrash B'Sefer Chazoar. It's very interesting. So go on, he says, V'od meivich of Raya Shechet Hotzoras of the Chet, which is Hosoras Zera Labatala. Nikra Ra is called evil. Mamasha Darsha Bezar HaKodesh al Pasiki Lo al Lo Keil Chafetz Rasha Ata. You don't want someone who's evil. Lo yagurcho raw, this person, again, raw means l'shchasas zer lebatala. He's a yur raw, shech gavana al roshech kazu hanikroch raw, shuhu chet hotzah zer lebatala. Umikol zecha bedarsho sham bezoy rakodesh ached dor hamabel. Shekosib became Rabba Ra Adam, where he says the multiplication of the bad things that people do. It refers specifically to this chet. The chet of Tzol Zer L'Batala Kedei Bezar HaKodesh in Parshas Noach. Tochazi, Kolcha Toy the Barnash. Kulhu Chavalos delay to LURIA B'Tshuva. Appears all of the damages that a person could do. They really depend on he could do tshuva. Pirish kol chatoya ada v'kol hashchasas shalo tuluyim b'detshuva. V'chet the oshid the zara al ara, but a person who spills his seed hashchasas zera lebatola. Umachabel arche v'afek zara al ara, and he does all of that. Machabel ara, he says it damages himself and damages the land. Explain it. Pirish chet hamotzi zera lebatala. Harich mashkis atzvah mashkis is aretz. V'olacho kasiv, and this is real nichtav avonach lefonai. So let it be your sins be written before me. Kasiv beiki lo kale chofetz rasha atah lo yigur choro. Bar tshuva sagi. So he says there are plenty of the. Let's see what he says. Yehi er b'chor Yehuda ra be'enech Hashem ad kan lashon hazoyra kodesh. Didn't see quite how that came out. Let me just see if I read it right. Chet hamotzi zera lebatala harecha mashkis atzma mashkis and aretz is destructive. V'alecha katziv nichtacha b'vonech lefonai. Your sins will be written before me. Katziv be ki lo kel chafetz rasha atach b'lo gurcha ra. Bar, with the exception, bar be the tshuva chasagi, unless a person does a tremendous amount of tshuva. Because if he er b'chor Yehuda ra be'enech Hashem ad kan lashon hazoyer hakodesh, and this is where we stop right now. I think, yeah, this is where we stop right now.